Hi everyone, welcome back to Rogue Trader Void Shadows. We're here in the plasma drive chambers for, a card inverted. We're controlling Kibella, who's trying to find out who Nemesite and the associated people are who attacked our high factotum in our chapel. That's Jocasta, and that is Heinrich Montag, whatever his name is. Fire guy. Who's this whip? An old burn spread across her body in a scarlet blotch, a look of contempt, a heavy baton, covered in blood and symbolizing boundless power. Like a fierce leather whip, she lashes her with both her hand and her gaze. Now, Jocasta did say somebody else was in charge of this area. What are you looking at, you beggars? You finish your shift, you go to the barracks. You start your shift, you check in with the foreman and get to work before Matilda comes to put you back in check. Put you on the back. What? Pat you on the back. Right. And Matilda, I presume, is that wonderful, not all intimidating baton at your belt? Not at all intimidating baton on your belt. I guess our disguise is working, but I would rather not spend the next few watches in the medbay because of misunderstanding. His breathing has quickened. Fleming's voice always makes jests when he's nervous or irritated. To enforce is infuriate him. Infernus Master? Master of Arms? Apologies for not recognizing you, ma'am. Godierda, that's who it was, yeah. We're conducting an inquest. Answer the spinner's questions. I hope your report will be useful. Oh, what are you doing? Kibella's checks here, skills. Whip, what can your scars reveal to me? Nice. Day after day she watches the serfs labour away, exhausting their last vestiges of strength. There is no compassion in her eyes. They are simply a resource she is commanded to use and then discard. She hates them because she blames them for her pain, her wounds. Nothing is unimportant during the hunt. Tell me what you know and I will listen. A group of workers wearing red scarves were seen in the compartment just after the attack on the shrine. The foreman stated that they were working on the freight line. No gunpowder on their clothes, no fresh wounds. Too many of them started wearing red masks and it muddied the trails. But we also found some red scarves and bloody rags and one of the shredders only shortly afterwards. We sealed off all the exits and reduced the air supply to the maintenance tunnels to the absolute minimum. Now you can't stay in there longer than a few minutes without passing out. There's no way the bastards could have left the plasma chambers. They're definitely in here somewhere. Like snakes, the servants of Nemesite have shed their skin. The red scarf is just a distraction. Let the enforcers converse. I'll keep an eye on those around us. The workers hide their eyes. I can hear the murmurs echoing through the bay. There is an impotent rage in their hearts directed at Whip, for she is the embodiment of the very order they despise. But why did they not realize that the enforcer is a shield as much as a lash? Some of the people I escorted to the other side looked at me the same way. In the past, I did not understand, but now... Do the lay people see spinners performing their duty to the dying one, or enforcers performing theirs to the domin as monsters? Do I sense the touch of his will? The undying emperor wishes to bestow a revelation upon me in this trying hour. Let his tarot show me the way. A breathing essence made from the ashes and blood of the faithful, it enlightens the mind, granting the grace of reading his signs. A wave of epiphany sweeps my thoughts away, pulling me into a blessed trance. My fingers move of their own accord over the sacred deck and I draw a card. It is the martyr. I see a tear of blood wash over the pale features of the image, and they shift, becoming a Whip's face. Oh, I like the effect here. So we got to kill Whip. Is that what it is? Or martyr her? A portent from him. Then Dying One blesses me to take Whip. The minions of Nemesite fear her. When her soul is delivered to the Undying One, the traitors will feel invulnerable. They will crawl out of their holes and fall into my web. I know how whips thread will end. I cannot sever whips thread with the blade, for the serfs will recognize me as one of the spinners and lose all courage. But the spark of the machine spirits in the plasma drive chambers has already claimed the lives of many. I will use this, and thus the web will be spun. Okay, she's off on some rounds or something. See where she goes. Nothing here. I want to have a look around. A reservoir of technical fluid. If it leaks, the power of the conductive charge will spread imperceptibly across the floor. Okay, let's have a look. Because in the end of the previous episode, there were 3 options we could do. I think we had to do all 3. It wasn't an option, we had to do all 3. Oh, this is where we came before.
No sleep, no rest, only duty, only death.
And we turned these servitors around to raise that. Okay. So I want to have a look around everywhere. Dane. That's 1 key. 1 key, 1 key. Okay, let's come this way. If I can get up here. See what this is. Guys, I think we set a trap for her there. That she blows up. Or catches fire or something. But what else?
Walks with me.
There's whip again. Okay. Defend this emergency repair worker. And you see her. Heed these words and commit not the transgression of industrial accident. Raise the omnicide thrice and only lay your hand upon the lever. Once upon the lever. Only then lay your hand. One day, I'll read at the same speed I'm talking. Not 5 times faster. And then get muddled in my speaking. For all the lever of the confidence and restraint, for the machine spirit tolerates no haste. Yeah, that's the same as what we had before last time we were here. Infernus emergency repair worker. You know, I look at you, I'm not scared at all. I guess I've seen too many disasters to be afraid of death. That is fair.
Follow the threads.
Lay people interfering in the operation of the sacred mechanisms disturbs the machine spirits. The name Nemesite refrain from any other profane acts. So we can get up here, okay. I see you lot have taken off all your red scarves. No longer feel like playing Nemesite, do you? Reactor attendants. Bitter. Hammer. You didn't come here for me, did you? I've done nothing wrong. If you don't put on a scarf, you become someone's enemy. The same goes if you do. Is that bitter? The reactor attendant. Hammer. Spring. Anvil. Between the hammer and the anvil, eh? Grey hands.
My visions showed this path, and many others.
Become a shadow and heed the voice of the crowd. The lay people have huddled together like a herd, being chased by predators. Faded gazes, bent backs, the crimson kisses of batons on their body. And yet, shadows of smiles touch their dirty, burnt lips as a strange pair. Like a hammer and anvil, then sparks into the air with their words. What are those two talking about? Hammer and anvil. And then the lever smacked you right in the kisser? Ah. Give or take a tooth? This is nothing. Bruises, burns, cuts, that's just life. Just remind yourselves how you come home after your shift. having exchanged your ration card for a bowl of soup. How your little ones gulp that bowl down. How they fall asleep, feeling a little better. I say that's worth a hard day's work, and a punch in the face. He smiles, broad-shouldered, with a rusty beard. He's not afraid to share laughter with others, and so the crimson shades from the beatings never leave his face. His voice is bright and sonorous, and listened to. Not everyone here is as chipper and thick-skinned as you. A bowl of soup is great, he says. What about having to choose which of your 3 kids gets it? Is that great too? Beatings are nothing, he says. Remember when the forces broke your arm? Since you couldn't work, your wife had to pull 3 shifts. She collapsed at the lathe, and the conductive charge burned out her eyes. None of us deserve that. Tough and unyielding, every word hurts. But she's forgiven for her sincerity. They listen to her to pull themselves together, to share the common pain. Okay. I'll come back later. My hunt has just begun.
Follow my steps.
Okay, let's have a come from this angle then. No, we can't get up there, okay. You counting for the 3rd time won't make the box appear out of thin air. Let's admit that it's gone and go report this. Okay. Now we're coming back to here. Whip is there. Okay. A cable thrown with power of the conductive charge. A single swing of the blades will send in Force's soul to the undying one.
No sleep, no rest. Only duty, only death.
Do you have to wait for it to come back? Do a quick save. Guess I arse it up. She walks around to about here, doesn't she? Then comes back. I can hear footsteps. No, I missed it. Wait, observe, prepare. She sees you. The moment's not yet come. Well, I asked that one up. Maybe she has to be going that way, on this side. Excuse me. Come on, Rip. The tarot has called you a martyr. You must fulfill your destiny. But
Another step, another thread.
That's what I had to do. Have to wait for her to die now. So it looks like it's just an area around. You do it when she's over in the corner, not when she's actually walking through there. I think the hit of the sword was actually to cut that cable. I think that's what it meant. It's not a timing game. Damn it, why did it have to be Godieda? I don't know why the Emperor ordered you to kill her. But we must see to it that she did not die in vain. And just like that, she's gone. She will never even know what she died for. Meanwhile, the spinners go on passing whatever judgment they please. Cassia's strange vitality. Alright. Good for you, Cassia. Yeah, if you don't like it, I'll kill you two as well. Yeah, go and stand in that, you fucking idiot. Okay, let's go and see what they say now then.
Follow the threads.
That seems to be the only other thing to interact with at the moment. Okay, this is the same so far. The lay people have huddled together like a herd being chased by predators. Faded gazes, bent backs, crimson kisses of batons on their bodies, yet the shadows of smiles touch their dirty burnt lips like a strange pair. Like a hammer on anvil, send sparks to the air with currents. See if anyone has fallen into my web. Heard the news? Lieutenant got fried on the wires. Brutal end for a brutal woman. That's called justice. For every broken bone, for every gobber spit in our faces. Good bloody riddance. Yes. Just as long as they don't pin her death on any of us. The frightened herd sways, humming with whispers. In their eyes, the fires of anxiety flicker. Careless, suggestible people. I'll come back later. Not all of the snares have been set.
My visions showed this path, and many others.
Oh yeah, there's that guy up here, wasn't there? Stitch or something? Or Stain. Forgot all about that. Long time no see, Spindle. Tell me, what does silence taste like? Are they using a secret code? Without flaming voice, you would never even speak to me. Everybody knows silence doesn't taste like anything. If you want to earn rations, you better start dealing in words. He speaks casually, but his voice is slimy and slippery. His eyes are as dirty as an oil-stained garment. The impudence in his gaze and the words when he turns to us. He is unclean, and he knows it. He is unrepentant. He's got a point, though. Silence doesn't taste like anything. That is pretty brutal honesty. That's a funny look, Heinrich. And you have a funny looking company. Are you here to sell or buy? And before you answer, remember the first rule. Every word has a price. Are we bargaining for information with this lowlife now? It is the duty of every serf to aid the rogue trader and his associates freely and willingly. Oh boy, here it comes. Who's that with you? An enforcer? And a spinner? Do you want me dead? If anyone sees me talk to you, they'll snap my neck, so off you go. The peddler of words is trembling in fear for his life, and must extract answers for him. But by what means? Oh, no chance of that. Yeah, I can do that. Can't do that, though. The quelling stimulant on the needle's tip will loosen Stain's tongue. Do a Medicaid test. What is this feeling? So calm. Fine, ask what you want, but then leave. My reputation cost me a lot of blood. I didn't earn it. I would be trampled into dust by you people. Happened to stop by. Oh, because you people happened to stop by. Where do you think stand in the plasma drive chambers? Speak briefly, speak sense. We've just had an enforcer die. I swear she did it to herself. Stepped right on a wire and wired up machine spirits. You lot be careful now. There's a bunch of workers in the far corner who now gather between every shift, whispering to each other. They don't invite me. They say I talk too much. Well, if they're scared of my tongue, that means they have something to hide. That is true too. Of course, everyone's talking about Nemesite. Sure, the foundry and the chapel were big, but he's been helping people all over. A lot of folks are sticking with him now. You can knock my teeth out if I'm lying. Don't got many of those left anyhow. But I'll tell you this, even if someone finds him, they won't rat him out. One glance is enough for me to see your true self, Stain. But then again, I've been helping them. He's been taking the rations I give to the people. He's been using them for his own soldiers. That's what a despot does. You are a liar and a manipulator, peddling other people's secrets and not knowing how to keep your mouth shut. You will become the bait, sowing confusion among the minions of Nemesite, who hope to wait out the lockdown. They think they have enough time? I will deprive them of that confidence. Set up the snare. There will be a raid soon. Be careful. I warn you in appreciation for your cooperative nature. What are you? That information is not meant for his ears. Really? I see. Well, if that's all you wanted, then Can I go? Go, Stain. Be my herald. It is difficult to admit, but I do share the Master at Arms' indignation. We came to get information about the traitors, not to reveal our secrets. When the renegades hear of the common retribution, it makes them nervous, prone to mistakes, likely to give themselves away. But for them to take the bait, it must be compelling. Yes, I see. Now shut up and let me work. And he ran off that way. Or was that just... Oh, there's Whip. How did she die out there? Shock button. Throne, did you see that force get roasted? She had it coming, I say. At least we get a few hours without any more beatings. Where's help? Too much rocked up before shift again? I know that feeling, mate. No, he didn't listen to the briefing and stuck his hand in the reactor. How the machine spirits didn't kill him instantly, I have no idea. That's the health and safety guy there.
Death walks with me.
Do another quick save. I kind of like this, on controlling one person and having a different perspective on the things. How come this enforcers haven't flogged you stupid for all your stories yet? Who do we have? Who's talking about? Nothing. Become a shadow again. See what they say now. Cutscene is what they're saying. The lay people are huddled together in a pile of sweltering bodies, filthy and battered by their enforcers' batons, reeking of sweat and disease. Their hearts pump blood faster and faster through bulging veins as two of them send red-hot sparks into the air with the words like a hammer and anvil. Your plan appears to work, Spinner. The air itself is charged with something. It's not the conductive charge. The serfs. They are stirring. Listen to the rapid beating of hearts. The lay people are frightened, angry. They feel the impunity that sprouted like a weed upon Whip's demise. They feel the threat crushing them from the upper decks. Both are imminent and inevitable. What are those two talking about, hammer and anvil? I can hear their whispers, insidious and deafening. No longer do they laugh with the others. No longer do they pretend. The enforcer is dead. Then Punishers on upper deck will soon follow Nemesite's trail. This is our chance. We need to act. This is it. I can sense that their prey is close. They have little fear of giving themselves away anymore. They need a spark to ignite the flames. Something that will convince Nemesite's followers that they are strong, and that the dominant servants are diminished. Wait for the right moment and then light the spark. They tell us this is how it's meant to be, just because they were born on the upper decks and we down below, in the darkness. Is it really the God Emperor's will that they grow fat on the fruits of our labours, revel in luxury while we die without water and medicine? Hammer's voice rumbles, and the lay people listen, their hands clench into fists. No matter how hard you work, they will wring everything out of you and give you nothing. Who allowed this to happen? The rogue trader? His name be damned. A Grox on the throne. A tyrant throwing our bones into the furnace of his protectorate. Oh, you fucked it up, didn't you? Why couldn't you just wait? Flaming voice. Shut your foul mouth, void dog. Flaming voice. No, it's too soon. I understand your anger, but you must temper it. What did you say about the Lord Captain? The one who gives you work, food and shelter? You insolent deadbeats. See why you gathered here. I will not let you start another rebellion. Why are you reaching for your Voxcaster? If you do not disperse, I will give the order to rent the plasma chambers. You have 5 seconds. 4. The time is lucky. If you do this, you'll die with us, you madman. To protect the Lord Captain and the crew? I see you never met an Infernus before. Their faces are twisted with fear. Will they retreat? Will they flee? Will the hunt be thwarted? No. A small thrown blade flies out of my palm, draws a scarlet line across Anvil's neck. If I'd wished it, she'd be dead. But she continues to breathe and to bleed. Scream furiously as she looks at me. The rogue trader's assassins are here. Look, they wanted to kill me. Find the assassins. The spark is lit. Fucking hell. She can kill them all. The lay people press in from all sides, pushing and shoving. Their faces are ablaze with terror and rage, and a violent energy boils through the mass of the bodies. This power will be difficult to contain. Frightened people are dangerous people. The hunt was meant to go differently, but such is the undying one's will. Furnace. Didn't we see him before? Down near the foreman and stuff. One voice rises above the others. The voice of a burly, bearded technomat. Low is the roar of Furnace. Furnace smells of sweat and sacred unguents. He's not afraid. He merely pretends to be. That's where the assassins came from. Beneath the shudder of terror, I hear excitement. Do we deserve to be executed, my brothers and sisters? Have we not laboured with the sweat of our brow? Have we not perished from the outbursts of raging machine spirits? Why do they call us rebels? Why are we being punished? Furnace's words make the crowd seethe even more. Take a closer look at Furnace. Strong, heavy, enormous hands whose blows should be feared. A great belly has become a symbol of his success. He does not starve, so those who follow him will not starve either. A powerful leader, recognized by the whole pack. Think about Domin Jellybobs. Turn my thoughts to him, for it is his people that are standing before me. What would he do? The one whose thread I anoint with my blood. Already you are rioters in everything but name, and then you ask, why have you been shown no trust? My words frighten them, wound them, because they are just. That makes their anger swell all the more. Rot. What's a name I recognise as well? Why are you surprised? Have the officers ever treated us otherwise? A new voice, sandpaper rough, tears through the rumbling of the crowd. Its owner is ragged and filthy. A feverish gleam burns in his eyes. His words inflame the people's minds like rot feasting upon a wound. Rot cries out mockingly. That's because you're afraid of them. That's because you're afraid of them, but they're not afraid of you. They have the almighty baton. All you have is a source of the power that feeds the whole ship. Why should they be taken for granted? Why should they take you for granted? It serves you right, you cowards. Its ugly shriek spills like venom upon the sweating faces as they slowly draw closer and closer. Sense the smell hanging over the crowd. I take a deep breath and something stupefying, noxious and luscious disturbs my senses. This is no ordinary odour, but something subtle and foul. It carries the same stench as rot. Skinny and scrawny, Rot leers at me with his gaping mouth. He's a nobody who has nothing. His body is wasted away from disease. His hands are 5 fingers short. His fate is sealed. That makes him convincing. Everyone knows he has nothing to gain for himself, and thus no reason to lie. His poverty is his armour. Turn my thought to Domin Jellybobs. I address the one who commands his people, and who possesses the authority to execute and pardon. Am I to hear his thoughts? Well, showing leniency before gave Nemesite better equipment. But that is exactly what's been happening all the time already, which got us into this situation. The Domin takes care of all, for such is his burden, but he cannot save everyone. He only cares about his flunkies. The bile spraying from Rot's mouth sizzles in the workers' minds like acid. It's burning them through. We will not commit rebellion, but we will not allow ourselves to be slaughtered by villains either. The law and the Emperor are on our side. A young one steps forth, slender and supple like a rapier. If they want to crush us with fear of death, let them kill us. It will improve our righteousness. The ringing caller's command pressed itself into their hearts. The foul stench of sacrilege almost knocks me off my feet. Sense the fetid stench of blasphemy. Failed. Only just, damn it. None of them are steeped in corruption, and so the sweetness of trespassers still intoxicates them. Their minds are captivated by how close they come to the forbidden. They have not earned an immediate execution, not yet, but do they deserve to be saved? Why save them at all? Twisted faces and bestial snouts, stench and spittle bursting from open mouths, staring eyes, clenched fist, hair standing on end. They are smothering me with their mass, pressing, demanding, lamenting, complaining. They are ugly in their offence, and like all offenders, they yearn to be punished. Look Rapier in the eye. She is fragile, but there is a strength to her, an authority, taken for granted and understood by everyone. She is clearly ready to command, with legions willing to die for such maidens, beautiful and resolute as they are. She carries no banner in her hand, for she herself is the banner. I appeal to Domin Jellybobs loudly and exigently, but the noise around drowns me out my own thoughts and stops me from focusing on his image. Don't know what to do. Death will claim you all, but not today, unless you are truly keen to meet its embrace. The crowd does not answer. They do not hear me. The sacred promise of death no longer moves them, for they're fallen under the enemy's spell. They surround me, threatening, punching fingers, cursing. Dare not strike, not yet. But already the enormous bulk presses down on me as the smell of blood in the air grows thicker by the minute. Losing myself in the dance of blood. I can bear it no longer. The blades in my hands sing. The blood streaks across astonished faces. I am done speaking and exhorting. I made it dance on the thread that I have spun. I bestow death on blessed wounds. I catch a glimpse of Rapier's cloven face and Furnace's open belly. Rot's severed hand falls on my feet. His owner flees howling. I dance and breathe so freely. It did not go the way I had planned. The smell of blood lingers in the air like the stench of impending defeat. Two bodies are sprawled before me. I severed their threads. The third blasphemer has managed to escape, but his disembodied hand also lies on the floor. Useless meat. Thoughts of Dom and Jellybobs crowd my mind, irrelevant and harmful though they are at this sacred moment. I did not immediately realize how foreign they are to here and now. Why am I thinking about him? What can these corpses reveal to me? Very little. The faint traces of the vile mutations that twisted their bodies, the foul stench of corruption emanating from their meat, the deformed, strangely coloured brains in their crushed skulls that spawned the heresy of sedition. What will the appearance of the survivors tell me? They're huddling corners, ashamed of their own subservience. They try to convince themselves that the blood they so foolishly spilt would absolve them, but they know it's not enough. Our flaming voice is still mistress, still alive. Their threads have not yet been cut. I realise with astonishment that they are standing close to me. Flaming voice is furiously reproaching all those who had only recently joined the revolt, while still mistress booms like a siren, shaking her maul and threatening punishment. They are useless to the hunt now. It's time for the next step. A thrill runs through my consciousness. Is this Dom and Jellybobs? Can I truly feel him again, or am I imagining it? I need to concentrate. I gaze at the puddles of blood and the patterns they form. I see a labyrinth. The Undying One has given me a sign. My hand finds the sealed case in which his tarot cards reside. It is time for the divination in the blood of the dead. It will reveal to me the name of the unholy master. Thoughts of Dom and Jellybobs creeps up from the shadows and leap at my focused mind like a predator. They claw at it, robbing me of my concentration. Why? I must not think about him. I must not wish for him to be near me right now. Suffering will banish all that besets the labyrinth. The knife renews the vows inscribed on my skin. There is no pain now, for I am beyond this, but the memory of it still clears my mind. A stream of blood gushes across the floor, and his tarot cards lie in the carmine splatter. Everyone is silent and stares at me. I am reading the omen. I draw the beginning of the spread. The Hound. I gaze at the card, its depiction of the Astra Militarum, armoured vehicle that bears that formidable name. The pursuit of truth, sacrifice and victory. That is me. I am on the right track. I draw the heart of the spread. The Harlequin, inverted. Lies, manipulation, a shadow play blocking my path, but it is a lie exposed, a deception that must be revealed. I draw the end of the spread. The Preacher. A man who cows an idea and proclaims it. But who is it? Nemesite? One of his supporters? someone already slain or someone still alive. The divination is unclear, and so I draw a fourth card. It is dangerous to ask more than dying one, but I must know. The Aquila. His holy image watches me from within the card, and my heart grows frigid with the knowledge of what it represents. The Undying One has manifested its omen in the traitor's blood. The hunt that has begun will be completed by the unveiling of the great deception. The enemy is elusive because he is a powerful ally, one who espouses faith in the Emperor of the vessel. The ship's confessor is in league with Nemesite, who will be the next prey. I should be thinking about the hunt, yet my thoughts now lie only with the moment when I will stand before Dom and Jellybobs once more, telling what I have seen. Will he be proud of me? Will he be pleased? This is wrong. Okay, what's going on there? What went wrong? Did I fuck it up? To have the wrong choices in the crowd? I don't know. Interrogate the ship's confessor. Are we leveled up? Where am I? Oh, I'm in my chambers. Ugh. Frame rate dropping. It wasn't. It was still at 95, but that is strange. I want to put stuff in here that I don't be carrying around all the time. Like all these things in here. I'll keep that. That is past use. That's past use. Actually, that. No, it's not cargo. This isn't cargo either. Keep that, keep that. These are all from previous chapter. Keep that. Keep that. Got no idea what they are for. So that, the 2 parts thingy. Okay. How long? Sorry, how long have I been recording? 43 minutes. What I'll do, I'll level up. I'll pause, level everybody up, and then come back to you, and then probably do a recap and call the episode there. So got the crew member there. Before going on to the next part, because that was quite a lot of talking. Add about the ship's confessor. Okay. So, I'll see you in a sec after the level up. Hey, welcome back. So, here we go. Level 30. Biomancy on my character. Because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of things to cause toxin and buff toxin stuff. And the first biomancy power I took was deterioration. Whenever an effect applied by the Psyker increases the damage suffered by the target, this effect is increased by half. For example, a 20% increase becomes a 30% increase. Let's see what else I could have taken. So I didn't really check. That's all the Pyro stuff. Sanguine Siphon. That's mere. Strange Vitality is okay. Corpus Conversion. No. Confirm immunity. That's right, poison enemies. No, by a physical distortion. I'm sure there's more as well, some buffs I can get. Anyway, Earliet took Elusive Shadow because there's not much else we could take in there. Enfeeble from Heinrich, he's a Biomancer. Until the end of combat, all targets within the area suffer -20%, -20 to strength and agility, plus 13% increase to all incoming damage. It's kind of meh, not brilliant, but it's not bad. Cassia, Overpower. When firing heavy weapons, critical hit chance increased by 6 and critical damage increased by 18. That's based off her ballistic skill. And Linchpin, which gives someone extra, what's it called, the momentum thing? That, no, resolve, that's it, yeah. And then you gain stacks of tactical advantage equal to 23% of all momentum on the way back, kind of thing. Vanguard, just a straight up bulwark. You get damage deflection against ranged attacks equal to the number of stacks of unyielding beacon. Additionally, you become immune to push and force movement effects. Jai, Linchpin again, and ready to serve. When an Imperial World character is affected by an ally's non-damaging ability or affects an ally with such an ability, the resolve is increased by 4 for 1 round. So any of the buffs by Cassia or Adira, or any kind of any effect from an ally. I'm not sure about his free turn one at the beginning. Killzone's stratagem for Pascal. Mend Reality for Cassia. Decreases veil degradation by willpower. And all allies gain willpower bonus deflection against all warp damage from psychic powers until the navigator's next turn. It's okay-ish, but can easily wipe out all the veil degradation, which I might want for Adira. So I gotta be thinking about when do I use it, when don't I use it. Adira gets an extra level of Psyker. Now, God knows what level she is now. And Biomancy again for extra dots and damage and buffs. She's now side ranking 4 before doing anything. And Kibella got Death Whisper. Because why not? So that's it. Thanks for watching, everyone. Next episode, we hunt down the Confessor, Adelbert. This trip to Kiava Gamma it's taken a lot longer than I thought it would. It was only 2 jumps, and suddenly, bang, well, 3, maybe 3 jumps. I like that way, like that 2 jump to Lagonis. Got sidetracked and loads of stuff as well. But anyway, thanks for watching. See you all in the next episode. Bye for now.